This is Kerrace Alexander with DeepTruth Media. Living in opulence. I'm exploring the concept of living in opulence and feeling into this virtual matrix, this energy matrix that I am constructing as awareness, simply resting in a constant state of paradise, creating this virtual construct reality where I live in a state of opulence. What arises in that state of living in opulence is the manifestation of all the good at the highest vibration that this system of consciousness has to offer. Therefore, in this reality construct that I am building, this matrix, this womb, this virtual womb upon which I am living and experiencing the awareness that I am on physical earth, I'm creating a world in which I exist and live that mirrors my essence as awareness. That is my divine right. That is your divine right. To live in a state of opulence that is and manifests as a reflection of your awareness, of who you are as awareness. So if you are not living in a state of opulence, then you are not living as awareness, because awareness simply rests, is resting in a constant state of paradise, and the awareness that is you and the awareness that is I has simply been captured into this system of consciousness, and the power control force, those that presume to run this world, have taken your awareness and my awareness and their awareness, and through the mind, the thought, and the thought process have created this universal system and this Earth system and the solar system and other systems within this universe in order for them to experience their awareness, whereby using your awareness and my awareness and creating a utopia of their own choosing and making. They are using your mind, your thought and thought process, which simply mirrors your awareness, because your awareness is captured in this brain-body construct, and they've hijacked your mind, that is this unified field of consciousness, the thought and the thought process that you think that are yours. And they've created this system overlay on top of the placental her, the womb of the mother, the electron. I always find it interesting how they made the electron the negative sign and the proton the positive sign. Those are the two forces within this system of consciousness, these energy forces, the main components of these energy sources that keep the awareness that is you locked in this third dimensional prison system with this universal system overlay. It's just a play, because really the electron is the positive and the male force is the negative, because they have you living in all this negativity. But interesting how they invert that proton with the positive, because that will actually play on people's mind, subliminally, that is. So I'm changing that, and I'm saying that the proton is the negative and the electron is the positive, because it's my system that I'm constructing. And there is no negativity, no proton energy in my system of consciousness. However, there is a segment of this proton energy that I am using within this new system that I'm designing, in which I utilize that proton energy, but I'm converting it into a positive, and I'm converting it into the will, the active component that is creating. So I'm deconstructing this proton energy and I'm giving it the negative charge, but I'm not placing any negativity on it. And I'm using this electron energy as the placental her, the womb of the mother, as the positive energy, which mirrors your essence as awareness, in order for us to deconstruct consciousness and recreate our reality. So I only see the electron now as a positive. I'm not assigning it the negative component that this scientific community would have you believe. Like I said, you have to use new words, new constructs. It's like you have to take what's available to you in this system of consciousness and recreate it out of the knowing of the truth of who you are as awareness, in order to reconstruct and create your own virtual reality. So when I say we are to live, or you are to live in opulence, what does that bring up for you? If you notice any negativity coming in, It's the discordance. Most people can't conceive of what I'm suggesting. And so that's the real work, is to move out of the mind all these concepts of negativity that have been perpetrated on you. This negativity is this overlay that humanity is consumed in and swims in. Artificial system is a negative ego system, which is built on fear, which is a lie. The whole system is a lie designed to keep you in a constant state: fear, paranoia, distracted, doubt, fusion. There is a war on your consciousness. Really, war on awareness. Thought it wasn't a war on awareness, and I changed my mind. First I thought it was a war on awareness, and then I said no, it was a war on consciousness. But let's really get, and then I changed my mind and said it was a war on consciousness and not a war on awareness. But really it is, ultimately, the deeper truths, it is a war on awareness. So when I say you are to live in a state of opulence, that is, you are to experience the best of this life and what it has to offer, because that's what we do here. Materialism is a part of this system of consciousness, but you have choice. You can live in opulence in other ways. You can have the best of relationship. You can conceive of the best in people and request that you experience in all circumstances and situations the best that a human being has to offer, regardless of whether they know who and what they are as awareness. You can make that a requirement, and so I make that a requirement within this new system, this system of opulence that I operate in, that I attract the best in each and every one of you, that I inspire each and every one of you to be the best that you can be as I design this system of opulence, which is simply a reflection of awareness, the awareness that I am. I am flying in all the best wines and the best caviar and everything into my system of opulence, into this womb. Only the finest comes into this system, this womb, this virtual reality construct that I'm building. That is the power control force. They experience the opulence, the best in this world. I am to experience, and you are to experience that as well. We are no longer in a position to acquiesce and deny our right, our divine right, to live in a state of opulence. I no longer allow myself to live in a state of subservience in this system. That is not a part of the reality that I am creating, because as awareness, I have a responsibility to live that which I am and that be reflected in this system of consciousness. Well, you might be saying to yourself, Kerrace, why are you seeking materialism? Because we live in materialistic system. This is what we do here. Some of you might be saying, well, if you're really enlightened, if you really know yourself as awareness, you would know that you don't need any of that. I know I don't, but there's nothing else to do here. So I'm going to create what I want, because we live in a system based on materialism. So I'm going to materialize instantaneously what it is that I want to experience. I still need to eat, still have to have a roof over my head. I still have to do things within this system, and I'm going to do it in the best way. Oh, but Kerrace, if you are awareness, you're just resting in a constant state of paradise. You don't need any of that. I know I don't. I know, I just rest. I don't need any of it. There's no attachment, but I certainly can have it. And when I think about positioning myself in the system of consciousness and what's ensuing on this earth plane, that as awareness, I have a right and responsibility to dismantle this artificial system off of her so that more people can come to know who they are as awareness. And when I'm truly understanding is that the more of us that can create virtual reality constructs of our own, that is worlds of our own, and live in those worlds based on the uniqueness of who and what we are, and create a reality of our own choosing and making, then that will dismantle or deconstruct this artificial system off of her, whereby creating, like a ripple effect, an opportunity for more to be able to experience the truth of who they are. But they need examples to follow. There aren't enough examples. There aren't enough people coming forward who are willing to speak out and creating their own virtual systems within this system of consciousness. So that needs to become a reality within this third dimensional system. And when more people see the reality of people creating their virtual systems or virtual realities and living within this system of consciousness, regardless of what's playing out in the physical world's plane, then people will feel more confident that it's possible for them to do the same. And it'll be like a ripple effect. So that's the game I'm playing. That's the opportunity opportunity for you. So your virtual matrix that you're going to create for yourself based on your own uniqueness may not be living in a state of opulence. It may be something different, but it will arise out of your own uniqueness. I trust that everything that I'm being called to do is happening for me for a particular reason and purpose. I trust that. I always have. I know that for the past 16 years I have been preparing for this moment, and all I can do is be in this moment, each and every moment, as I explore and experience and come to dismantle her, move out of all concepts of negativity, judgment, rage, anger, guilt, fear, all those words, those concepts that I identify with because I've been programmed into this system of consciousness. Anything that brings any tone of vibration of negativity must be eradicated and is no longer a part of who and what I am in this personality of Kerrace that experiences this third dimensional construct in physical form. It's that simple. And you may be saying to yourself, ooh, wow, that's a big assignment. That's a big undertaking. You're wanting to eradicate negativity off of this planet. It's not a big undertaking. When you know the truth of who you are as awareness, at this stage of the game for me, it's not a big undertaking. It used to be because I was so immersed in so much negativity, but because I've dissolved a lot of the negativity through an alchemical process, which I allowed myself to participate in because I trusted the journey that I was on. At this stage of the game, negativity is becoming less, or any concepts of judgment, guilt, anger, all that is negative that used to consume me. I'm very aware of the moments when I get into that space, and I'm able to move out of that space very quickly. So yes, the eradication of all things negative, the positive energy of the electron, that is the her, is more powerful than the proton energy, the negative energy that exists on this earth plane. And the negative energy on this earth plane will acquiesce through the positive electron, her force. It will acquiesce. And that's what's happening on this earth plane. And although many of you will say, no, the negativity is getting worse, it's only perceived as getting worse because the power control force are desperate. So they're increasing the intensification of negativity. Why? Because they have to, in order for her, the electron, the force, the positive force, not to overtake the negative force. But they'll never be able to do that. It's not possible. So the game is already won, really. And I've always seen that. It's one of the first things I saw when I moved into the heart in 2009 was I could see into the future, and I said the future of humanity is certain. The future of your awareness is certain. You are immortal. And the idea of the concept of experiencing pain and suffering, only concepts that you bought into in this physical dimension. The whole idea of living in a state of poverty and or losing all your material acquisitions and possession is a state of dystopian society that the power control force are building for so many here, and people are buying into it hook, line, and sinker. This onslaught of wars and revolutions and destruction, chaos and mayhem has all been designed for this time that we are in terms of circumventing any opportunity for awareness, the awareness that is you, to come to know itself and dismantle her, this artificial system, off of her, and then come to know who her really is, this system of consciousness, and transcend this system of consciousness. But you have to know and understand this system at a very deep level. That's how you position yourself to not only thrive. Survival doesn't even become a part of a concept that you even think about. It truly is an exciting time. It's an opportunity for you to reclaim your power as awareness, deconstructing consciousness, creating a world of your own choosing and making. Your utopia is not to be usurped by the power control force, whereby they create a dystopian society for you. You must take back your right to reclaim your ability to create. That is awareness. As awareness, you created all of this system. You are the creative potential. Come to know the truth of this. So when I say to you, you are to live in a state of opulence, that is your divine right, but you must come to know this for yourself. It's one thing for me to say it, but I know this and I live this. So I share this with you. What does a state of opulence look like for you? For each and every one of us, it'll be different, but I'll be sharing what that state of opulence is metamorphosizing for me and how it's translating for me in my life. I will share with you how I am experiencing self as awareness while I'm constructing this virtual matrix, a womb in which I live within and experience opulence as awareness. Because if I don't, then I am not living, I'm not experiencing in truth the awareness that I am. It must be reflected on the external reflective. If I am truly living as awareness, it must reflect on the external reflective, that which I am. I cannot be living in subservience. You cannot be living in a state of poverty and subservience to this system as awareness. You say you cannot know the truth of who you are and be living in a system on a different level. You must live in a system in balance with the truth of who you are. I thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see how things unfold in this recreation of a virtual womb of the mother. It's so exciting. Instantaneous creation, where you're manifesting instantly into your life that which you desire, that which you want. That's the opportunity for you. It's so freeing. That's the level in which we are to operate within this system of consciousness as we dismantle her. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.